Android versus iPhone in 2026. What if I told you that the smartphone war you've been watching for years is finally entering its most important chapter yet? For over a decade, people have argued about one question that seems impossible to settle: Android or iPhone? Which one is actually better? Millions of users defend their choice like loyal fans supporting a sports team. Some swear they would never leave Apple. Others believe Android offers freedom that Apple can never match. But here's the twist. In 2026, this battle is no longer just about cameras, battery life, or screen quality. The real war is happening somewhere most people aren't even looking. And by the end of this video, you may completely rethink which smartphone deserves a place in your pocket. Because the answer in 2026 is far more surprising than you think. Let's begin. For years, the smartphone market looked predictable. Apple released a new iPhone every year. Android manufacturers responded with dozens of competing devices. Reviews compared processors, cameras, displays, and battery performance. The cycle repeated again and again. But something changed. Artificial intelligence entered the smartphone world. And suddenly, the rules of the game were rewritten. Today, your phone isn't just a communication device. It's becoming a personal assistant, translator, editor, researcher, photographer, productivity coach, and even a creative partner. The smartphone is evolving into something much bigger. And that transformation has created a fascinating question. Which platform is adapting better to the future? Before we answer that, we need to understand how these two giants reached this point. When the first iPhone launched in 2007, it changed technology forever. The smartphone industry was fragmented and complicated. Apple introduced simplicity. Everything worked together. Hardware and software felt unified. The experience was smooth and intuitive. Then Android arrived. Instead of controlling everything itself, Android allowed dozens of manufacturers to innovate. Samsung, Google, Xiaomi, OnePlus, Oppo, Vivo, and many others pushed boundaries at incredible speed. This created two completely different philosophies. Apple focused on control. Android focused on freedom. And in many ways, that same battle still exists today. But in 2026, the differences have become much more interesting. Let's start with design and hardware. Years ago, Android phones often experimented with features first. Higher refresh rates, fast charging, foldable displays, periscope zoom cameras. Many of these innovations appeared on Android long before Apple adopted similar ideas. In 2026, Android manufacturers continue pushing hardware forward aggressively. Foldable phones are more refined than ever. Some devices transform from phone to tablet in seconds. Others use advanced materials that make them lighter and stronger. Charging speeds that once seemed impossible are now reality. Some Android devices can gain hours of battery life from just a few minutes connected to power. Meanwhile, Apple has taken a different path. Instead of chasing every trend, the company continues focusing on refinement. The iPhone experience feels polished, familiar, and highly optimized. Apple's strategy isn't always to be first. It's often to be best at implementation. And that creates one of the biggest debates in technology. Is it better to innovate first or perfect later? Keep that question in mind because it becomes even more important when we reach artificial intelligence. But before AI, let's talk about something people experience every single day. The ecosystem. This is where Apple has built one of the strongest advantages in modern technology. Imagine taking a photo on your iPhone. Seconds later, it appears on your tablet. Your laptop knows exactly where you left off. Your smartwatch unlocks your computer. Your earbuds switch devices automatically. Everything feels connected. It's almost invisible. And that's exactly why it works so well. Apple spent years creating an ecosystem designed to keep users inside a seamless digital environment. For many people, leaving Apple isn't difficult because of the iPhone itself. It's difficult because of everything connected to it. But Android has been quietly evolving too. In 2026, Google's ecosystem is stronger than ever. Cross-device integration has improved dramatically. Smart home controls, cloud synchronization, wearable technology, AI-powered services, and productivity tools create an experience that feels increasingly connected. And unlike Apple's ecosystem, Android often offers more flexibility. You can mix brands, customize workflows, choose devices based on personal preference. that freedom remains one of Android's greatest strengths. But now we arrive at the battlefield that may determine the future. Artificial intelligence. This is where things get fascinating. A few years ago, smartphone AI mostly meant camera enhancements and voice assistants. Today, AI is becoming the core experience. Your phone can summarize meetings, rewrite messages, generate images, translate conversations in real time, organize schedules, search information intelligently, even predict what you need before you ask. The question is no longer whether AI matters. The question is who is doing it better. Android entered the AI race aggressively. Google integrated advanced AI features deeply into the operating system. Many Android devices now offer powerful on-device processing combined with cloud intelligence. Tasks that once required multiple apps can happen instantly. The experience often feels futuristic, sometimes even magical. Apple approached AI differently. The company focused heavily on privacy and device-based processing. Instead of rushing every feature to market, Apple concentrated on making AI feel personal, secure, and integrated. This created a fascinating divide. Android often feels faster at introducing experimental capabilities. Apple often feels more cautious but polished. And this difference reveals something important about each platform's identity. Android asks, what's possible? Apple asks, what's practical? Neither approach is automatically right. And that's why choosing a winner has become so difficult. But there's another factor many people overlook: customization. For years, Android dominated this category. Users could change launchers, icons, widgets, layouts, and countless settings. Your phone could become uniquely yours. iPhone users traditionally had fewer options. That gap has narrowed over time. Apple gradually introduced more personalization features. Widgets became more powerful. Home screens became more flexible. Customization improved significantly. Yet Android still holds a substantial advantage. If you enjoy controlling every detail of your experience, Android remains difficult to beat. However, that freedom sometimes comes with trade-offs. More options can mean more complexity. And not everyone wants complexity. Many users simply want a phone that works perfectly without adjustments. Which brings us to perhaps the most surprising revelation of all. The real winner in 2026 may not be Android. And it may not be iPhone. The real winner is the consumer. Think about it. 10 years ago, choosing a smartphone often meant accepting major compromises. Today, both platforms are incredibly capable. Both offer exceptional cameras. Both provide powerful performance. Both support advanced AI. Both deliver excellent security. Both can handle nearly every task most users need. The differences are becoming less about capability and more about preference. That's a remarkable shift. The smartphone war that once seemed black and white has evolved into something much more nuanced. Now let's discuss the biggest turning point. The future of smartphones may not depend on hardware at all. It may depend on intelligence. As AI becomes more powerful, the device itself could become less important than the software experience running on it. The companies that create the smartest, most useful, and most trustworthy digital assistants may define the next decade. And that's where this battle enters completely new territory. Because the next smartphone revolution may not involve bigger screens or better cameras. It may involve creating a device that understands you better than ever before. A device that anticipates your needs, helps solve problems, saves time, boosts creativity, and feels less like a tool and more like a companion. Whoever wins that race could dominate the future. So what should you choose in 2026? If you value simplicity, seamless integration, long-term software consistency, and a polished ecosystem, the iPhone remains an incredibly compelling option. If you value flexibility, customization, hardware innovation, variety, and cutting-edge experimentation, Android continues to offer unmatched possibilities. Neither choice is objectively perfect. Neither choice is objectively wrong. The best smartphone is the one that fits your lifestyle. And that's the lesson many people miss. Technology should serve you. You shouldn't serve technology. As we reach the end of this story, one thing becomes clear. The Android versus iPhone debate isn't ending anytime soon. In fact, it may become even more intense as artificial intelligence reshapes the industry. New innovations are coming. New surprises are waiting. And the next chapter of this rivalry could be the most exciting one yet. So before you choose your next phone, don't just ask which device is more powerful. Ask which ecosystem fits your life. Ask which experience makes you more productive. Ask which platform helps you achieve more. Because in 2026, the smartest choice isn't necessarily Android or iPhone. The smartest choice is the one that works best for you. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss future technology deep dives. And tell us in the comments, are you Team Android or Team iPhone, and what is the one feature that keeps you loyal? Your answer might spark the next big debate.